Hi everybody, it's Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio, and welcome to week 48 of the Stash Buster block series. Our block this week is called Trailing Star, and this is made with 3 fabrics and a lot of half square triangles, and it makes a really pretty block, and I hope you'll stay with me and I'll show you how to put it together. Okay, here are the fabrics that you're going to need to make the Trailing Star block. You're going to need 4 pieces of medium fabric that are 3 7/8 of an inch square. You're going to need 4 dark that are 3 7/8, and then you're going to need 8 of the background that are 3 7/8. So we're making half square triangles out of all of these. So you want to take your lightest fabric, which for me is the background, and we're going to make 2 at a time half square triangles. So on the back side, you're going to draw a diagonal line from one corner to the next, and you can use anything to draw this. I'm using a mechanical pencil, and then we're going to pair each one of these up with either a dark or a medium. We're going to just do these all at once, and we're going to put them right sides together. As soon as I can get one of these off of the pile. Okay. So right sides together, raw edges even, and then we're going to stitch 1/4 inch away from this drawn line on both sides. So let's go to the sewing machine and do that. Okay, I have 50 weight thread in the machine, and I'm going to switch over to my 1/4 inch presser foot. As I was doing some decorative stitching previously, and I've got some lint in there. I'll get that out. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we're ready to stitch. I've got all my raw edges lined up, and I'm just going to stitch 1/4 inch away. And then just flip it around and do the same on the other side. And my threads, and then I want to cut this right down that line that I drew, and this will give me 2 half square triangles. Clip those threads there, and then you open them up. Now you've got a half square triangle. So I'm going to do that with all the rest of the squares, and then we'll do some pressing and start putting the block together. Okay, now we're going to press these. There's a little bit of a trick to this. you're going to press, you can take all of your dark triangles and you're going to press all of those to the dark side. So I'm just going to make a separate stack of those. Now for the half square triangles that have the medium fabric, you're going to take 4 of those and you're going to press those towards the medium fabric. The other 4 you're going to press towards the light. So we're going to press towards the background fabric, which is the white fabric here. So we're going to go ahead and do those first. So just press it flat and then press it open, press towards the background. This is to help make everything go together better when you get to piecing the block. Next thing I want to do is to trim off all these little dog ears, because those will just create more bulk, and we've got a lot of points coming together in this block and I don't need any more bulk than what's going to be there normally. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those all off. Okay, now it's time to lay out the block, and this is a block that you can lay out in quarters. So I have my 4 medium in background, my medium and light half square triangles that are pressed towards the light side. I want to keep those handy, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start out with one of the dark ones. We're going to lay that triangle this way, and then we're going to lay one right beneath it, matching the sides here so that we form a diamond. Now I need one of those mediums with the seam pressed towards the light. This one's going to go here, and then I need another medium from the other stack where it's pressed towards the darker fabric, and that's going to go here. So we're going to make 4 units just like this. So I'm just going to take the rest of these that are pressed to the light and stack them right on top. I'm going to take 3 more of the dark, stack them there, and then put the other 3, stack them there, and then the medium and the light that are pressed towards the medium fabric are going to go here. So now I need to sew these all into quadrants, so we'll have 4 quadrants here, and I'm going to do that by sewing these 2 pieces together and then these 2. Okay, so now I'm ready to sew the first row together, and I'm going to do all of the first rows at once. So I'm going to chain piece all of those together. So this is the first row. Okay, and then we're going to leave that there, and now I'm going to sew the second 2 pieces together for the second row. So I've separated row 1 and row 2. So here's all of row 1, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them apart. And here is row 2, and I'm going to cut them apart. And I'm going to just focus on row 1 to begin with, and I want to keep them all in order, and I'm just going to stack them one on top of the other for right now, like that. And then I'm going to do the same with row 2, and row 2 goes this direction so that they are all forming the diamonds. Okay, and now I want to look at my sample block on the back, and you can see where I pressed towards the medium fabric in the top and towards the dark in the bottom row. So we're going to press towards the medium here. Okay, and then for the bottom row I want to press towards the dark. Of course you can press open if you want to. If that's the way that works best for you, then you go right ahead and do that. And one more. Okay, and let's put them back in order. So all the darks on one side, all the mediums on the other, like that. Now we need to sew these two rows together so that we have a quadrant. So we're going to go ahead, and now we have to match these points. So we're going to get out straight pins, and if you look you can see where the stitches cross here and on here, so we just need to match those up. So we're going to put a pin through the tip where they cross here, so it comes out at the point of that triangle, and put it through the point of this triangle, and we're going to butt the seams up together. We're going to make them nest. Like that. And then I'm just going to repin that so it won't shift, and then that's ready to sew. And when I sew, this, I'm going to watch where those lines cross here and here, and I want to stitch just to the seam side of that by a thread's width. So I'll be watching that as it goes through the machine. Okay, so now I've got them all cut apart, and just going to lay them out. Now we need to press again, and when I look at my sample, I press the seams down, so towards this side. So we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, I'm going to stack them all up in the same order again, and now I'm going to lay them out to put the block together. So I'm going to take the top one and just rotate it once. Take this one, match it up to the way this one is laying, and then rotate it once, and do the same to this one. Match it up, rotate it once, and this is how the block goes together. So at this point, the seams should be going in opposite directions in each of the areas where they join up, so they all feel correct to me. So we got to match these 2 points, these 2 points, these 2, and these 2. First thing I'm going to do is sew these 2 together, then these 2 together, and then I'll sew the rows together. So I do need to match those 2 points. So I'm going to, I can see where the stitches cross over here, but I can't over here. I'm going to go ahead and put the needle through the point there and through the point here, right where that point is. Make sure the seams are nested together, and then I'm going to pin it. And then I'm going to sew from this side so I can see where those lines cross. So we'll go ahead and go to the sewing machine and sew that seam. Okay, another thing we have to match are these seams here, and these seams are going in opposite directions, so those will nest together real well. So we're just going to make sure they are nested together. You can pin them if you want, and we're just going to sew. So here are the 2 halves. Now we just need to sew these together. So we've got seams that are going in opposite directions here and here. So we just need to press these 2 seams in opposite directions, or you can press them open if you want. And there is a lot of bulk right in here. So when I sewed the 2 blocks together, I pressed them to one side, and then when I sewed the middle seam together, I pressed them open. So you can press them both open if you want to. That may make it create a little less bulk for you. And I'm going to go ahead and do it that way on this block to see if that makes any difference. So we're going to go ahead and press these open. And do this one. I'll press everything here, make it nice and flat. So here we go. So we need to match points here, here, and here. So let's flip these over, and we've got can only see one point on each side, so we're going to have to choose which side we want to use. But I'm going to go ahead and start matching up these points here and here. Try that again. Here we go. And I'm going to flip this over and match this point. My furnace is about to kick on, so I will stop here in just a moment, and then we'll pick up again when the furnace kicks off. Okay, now I have 4 of the completed blocks pinned up on my design wall, and these are symmetrical blocks, so it doesn't matter which way you turn them, you're going to get the same look. So I have these placed side by side, and as you can see in the middle where all the 4 of the blocks join, it forms a secondary design, so you get a different star from the dark triangles in the blocks. So I think this makes a really striking quilt, and it would be interesting in other colors. I mean, you could do this like a seasonal quilt. You could do it for Christmas, you can do it for 4th of July, you could do a fall quilt, a spring quilt. You can do it in colors of your favorite ball team or your college, your kids' college, your grandkids' college, you know, whatever you like. So I think this is a block that will appeal to a lot of different people in a quilt, and I hope you give this one a try. Well, thank you for watching this video on the Trailing Star block. I hope you'll give this one a try. It makes a pretty striking quilt, and I think anyone would like one of these, so I hope you'll give it a try. If you like this video, please click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when the next video comes up. And in the meantime, I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links. And to keep up with my latest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.